Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here, and we got the news we've all been waiting for. The Washington Commanders and Terry McLaurin have agreed to a 3-year extension worth up to $71 million. The Washington Commanders and Ron Rivera locked down one of the faces of the franchise for 3 more seasons. I'm super excited. We're going to break down everything with the contract in today's video. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. Now let's get right into it. It finally happened, guys. This is one of the biggest priorities for the Washington Commanders, and Washington Commanders fans heading into the offseason were saying the same thing, and it took many months, longer than a lot of us wanted to, but they finally got it done. And Terry McLaurin's going to be there for training camp and will be there for this season and for 3 more seasons after this at least. I absolutely love this. They got him paid. Great for Terry McLaurin, but also great for the Washington Commanders, locking down one of their best players, if not their best player, for 4 more seasons. A guy that's great in the community, one of the faces of the franchise, and a great team leader. So great that they got this done. So let's go through the contract. So it's a 3-year deal worth up to $71 million in new money, and that places him amongst the NFL's top 5 highest paid receivers. And again, great for Terry McLaurin. And the thing is, though, when they report these deals, it's usually like the max it could be. So when the details come out, it'll probably be a little bit less. And I'm interested to see how much, because Terry McLaurin's capped it this year, I believe, is around $3 million. So I wonder how much they're going to increase that by to kind of take some of that money away for the next 3 years. So it's a little bit of a lower cap hit over the next 3 years. And so it's a 3-year deal worth about $23.3 million per year in new money. So again, I think that's a solid deal. I was kind of saying I didn't think he was going to get 25 like AJ Brown, and I think he's similar level to what DJ Moore is. I think he's better than DJ Moore, but DJ Moore got about 21 million, but he got it earlier in the offseason, and the market keeps on resetting. So I thought in that sweet spot between 21 and 25 was a really good spot for Terry McLaurin. So I kind of said 23 million is what I thought would get it done. A lot of people were saying that was too low, but I think that's a great deal for both sides, because Terry McLaurin was a 3rd-round pick, so obviously he was making solid money, but not solid NFL money. So that's great for him to get paid, and also great for Washington to lock him down. I mean, we all know the deal, the deal with Terry McLaurin. He's one of the better receivers in the NFL. Might not have like top 10 production, but I think he's a top 10 talent. It's just that he's averaged over 1,000 yards receiving in his first 3 seasons. And that's despite playing with 8 different starting quarterbacks, and not 8 good starting quarterbacks. Like, all of them were not great at all. And, finally this year, he's going to be playing with Carson Wentz. And I think this whole thing, we've talked about it a ton, was a little bit of a blessing in disguise, because, Terry McLaurin missed, minicamp and, OTAs and stuff. A lot of people were upset because, he's missing his chemistry with Carson Wentz. But I was like, okay, he balled out with guys like Garrett Gilbert and Taylor Heineke on like the first day they met him. Like, he met some of those guys on game day and still produced. He's going to be fine only having a few months with Carson Wentz. He will do just fine. So I'm not worried about that, but that allowed, Jahan Dotson to develop a really good chemistry with Carson Wentz. And once Terry gets back, Carson, obviously, Terry's going to be his number 1 target, but at the same time, Jahan already has had that chemistry developed with him, and they won't miss a beat. So some more news on the contract. So it's 3 years, roughly $53 million guaranteed, a $28 million signing bonus, and the overall value tops $71 million, and he will be signed through the 2025 season. So again, great. I think it's a really good contract for Washington. He's one of the better receivers. And again, guys, in 3-4 years, or like let's say 2-3 years, the deal will look fine, because there's going to be other receivers continuing to reset the market. And not only that, but the cap is going to continue to go up and up and up. So this deal will, especially this year, so this deal will not look bad. The only thing I guess I don't really like about the deal, and this is more on Washington's side, not really Terry's, it was only a 3-year extension. So, I would have loved it to be a 4 or 5-year extension. So then he's here for 5 or 6 years instead of 4 years. I still like it, but this is good for Terry, because he's going to be able to, get a new deal done in 4 years when he's still in his prime instead of like 5 or 6 years. So I think it's really good for Terry. Like, this is a good contract for Terry because he's able to, get another contract relatively soon. And hopefully that's with Washington. All the trade rumors, all this stuff about, him going to other teams is done. He's locked down. He's a Commander for the next 4 years and possibly more. So good on them for getting this deal done. Yes, it would have been nice if they could have got it done earlier because they probably would have been able to save some money and he would have been there during minicamp and OTAs. But at the end of the day, we all said it. Just get it done before training camp. If they did that, then at least that's what I said. I would be satisfied. I would be fine. I don't really care about missing, some OTA and minicamp sessions. And they got it done about a month before training camp started. So good on them. Don't have to worry about that for the next month. It's not going to be a storyline going into training camp like it would have been if they didn't get a deal done. That's all that would have been talked about if he wouldn't have gotten extended by then. So I'm happy that's not going to happen, so we don't have to talk about that every day instead of talking about the guys that are impressing and things like that. And this year, Terry is going to eat. If he can stay healthy, which he's been relatively healthy his career, I think he's going to have his best, the best production of his career. He had 900, then a little over 1100, and then 1053. I think this year I'm predicting over 1200 yards for him, and let's say like 7-8 touchdowns, because not only does he have the best quarterback of his career, it's the best by a decent margin, and then also you got Curtis Samuel in there. Hopefully he's healthy. Then you also got Jahan Dotson in there, and then De'Ami Brown's second year is going to be a little bit better, and Cam Sims, hopefully he's used a little bit more. So overall, your receiving core is much better, which has really been bad for Terry, because not only has he had bad QB play, but like he hasn't had a good receiver, alongside him. Washington hasn't had a second receiver get over 500 yards since 2017. So it's been Terry and really no one else. So, if Curtis Samuel can stay healthy and Jahan Dotson can ball out, I think that'll also help out Terry McLaurin even more, because if they double Terry, well, Jahan Dotson and Curtis Samuel are going to be open. It's going to be a one-on-one, and it's going to be easy for those guys to produce. So, guys, this is a very, very good deal for the Washington Commanders and Terry McLaurin. I'm really, really happy they were able to get this done. And just a little bit of a visual here. Sorry, I'm doing this on the dot on the deal. This is what it is. I talked about it earlier. 3 years, $53 million guaranteed. So good. Again, I'm repeating a lot of the same stuff, but it's just because the news literally came out, so it's hard to say. If you want to kind of look at it, how it compares to other receivers, AJ Brown, 4-year, $100 million, so a little bit, around $25 million a year, but he got traded for, so it's a little bit different. Stephon Diggs, kind of similar to what Terry's getting. So I think overall Terry got a good deal. He sees above DJ Moore, so that's good for him, and Mike Williams. So yeah, I know I guess there'll be some people that aren't too happy about it, but let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like this deal? And what does Washington have to do next? Because they got cap room if they want to sign some linebackers, or maybe extend Cole Holcomb or Deron Payne if they want to. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy, and peace, guys.